How would you define Jugaad?
You have to use what is abundant to address what is scarce.
The need does not wait for invention to reach you. The need will make you innovate to make invention happen.
Adversity is quite an important spur.
Turn adversity into an opportunity.
Ideas that come outside the box.
Jugaad ultimately is a mindset. 'They say that necessity is the mother of invention, and we believe that scarcity is the grandmother of invention.
"25 years ago, when I started my career in Calcutta, I used to see over 100 patients a day who required heart operation, but hardly anyone turned up for the operation because people simply couldn't afford 1.5 lakh rupees 25 years ago. So that is the time I thought that something has to be done to reduce the cost. This is the journey started then. "20 years ago, when I was talking about affordable healthcare, the US doctors were laughing at me. There is nothing like affordability. For saving life, people will pay."
What Dr. Devi Chetty has done is quite remarkable, which is that essentially looking at a country like India, where heart surgery is almost like a luxury, as he calls it himself, he has found a way to essentially make heart surgery much more accessible to everyone. That's, I think, by itself is a true kind of revolution. There is actually a real business model behind it that allows even the poorest kind of customers or poorest patients in India to avail of this heart surgery using a microcredit payment model.
We believe that charity is not scalable. Good business principles are scalable. So Narayan Hridayalaya is not a charitable organization. It's a company. It's a for-profit company like any other company. You can maintain the highest quality standards, yet you can do it at a fraction of the cost what it costs in US. There is a hospital getting built in somewhere in US. It's a 300-bed children's hospital, and they are likely to spend over $600 million. We have built a 200-bed super specialty heart hospital, including equipments, for $6 million. Now, is this $600 million hospital going to have better outcomes than us? Certainly not. Are they going to do anything what we cannot do? Certainly not.
Devi Shetty is really quite a hero, not only in India but abroad. And this is because he has done something that even the most advanced economies have failed to do. So what's amazing about him is that he's applied modern principles of management, Fordism, looking at division of labor and specialization and so forth, to reduce the cost of heart surgery to less than $1,500, where in the West it might be tens of thousands of dollars for that same quality surgery. And he has done this at scale.
For me, if a solution is not affordable, it is not a solution. We have to come up with innovative processes, innovative product to make a difference to the common man. And in the end, it has to be sustainable and it has to be scalable.
पहले हमको खुद को नहीं पता था कि सच में हम भी एक इंसान है, क्योंकि हमारे तो ये परंपरा चली आती, पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी वो काम जो चला आ रहा तो वही काम करना पड़ता है। पहले हमारी जिंदगी इतनी खराब थी, मैं जब 7 साल की थी मैंने उसी टाइम से जैसे बच्चों के साथ खेलने का मन करता, जिस मम्मी के साथ जाती थी तो उनके बच्चे खेलते थे, तो जिस मैं उनके पास जाती तो कहते हटो हटो चलो उधर जा खड़े हो, अपने मम्मी के साथ जाओ, यहाँ मत खड़े हो, सुबह सुबह बच्चों को नहलाना पड़ेगा, ठंड लग जाएगी बच्चों को। मुझे क्या शौक था, वो लड़कियाँ जाती थी स्कूल बड़ी जात की, तो मुझे बहुत इतना शौक था कि उनके भिड़ के चलूँ, पता नहीं मुझे क्यों ऐसे मुझे लगता था कि चिढ़ थी मुझे उनसे, पता नहीं क्या था। मैं अक्सर उनके साथ भागती थी तो ऐसे चलती थी, हे भंगन छिम के चलती है, जब देखे जब भिड़ के चलती है, तो मुझे उनके साथ रहना पता अच्छा लगता था, लेकिन मैं ऐसा हो नहीं सकता था ना पहले।
कुत्ता के बच्चा को आप रखें गोद में, आदमी को नहीं छुएंगे आप। कोई कहे कि धरती और आकाश मिल गया है तो थोड़ी देर के लिए मान लेंगे, और कोई कहे कि भाई अछूत और ब्राह्मण साथ खाना खा रहा है चलिए देखने के लिए, अरे झूठ बोल रहा है।
छूत वाली जो प्रॉब्लम चली है, स्कैवेंजर्स लोग क्यों बने, उसकी सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम थी टॉयलेट्स का ना होना।
हमने लाइफ अनुभव किया है कि जो एप्लीकेशन माइंड है वो मोर इम्पोर्टेंट है। नॉलेज यू कैन बोरो फ्रॉम समबडी। पूरी कहानी सुलभ की यही है। यदि आपकी टेक्नोलॉजी वैज्ञानिक नहीं होगी, कोई स्वीकार नहीं करेगा उसको। कि ऐसा शौचालय बनाया जाए, इसको सुलभ शौचालय नाम दिया हमने, कि इस शौचालय को बनाने से मैला ढोने वालों को मैला ढोना पड़े।
I think in the case of Dr. Patek, the example that in this kind of Jugaad mindset is exemplified in the fact that he wants to bring dignity to these people. And the idea of essentially coming up with a very simple but effective solution, the idea is not to come up with a very kind of complex and very sophisticated solution, but something which could be simple and yet addresses a basic need. So Jugaad is always having the empathy and trying to understand what kind of solution you need to create that will facilitate rapid adoption by the user.
एक अकेला आदमी नहीं कर सकता ना, पूरा ग्रुप होना चाहिए और आइडिया के साथ। जैसे सर को आइडिया था कि टॉयलेट बनाए और कैसा टॉयलेट बनाए, सस्ता भी बने, जो लोग महंगा कर सकते हैं वो महंगा बनाए, जो लोग सस्ते में चला सकते हो सस्ता भी बने और अच्छा भी रहे, लोग स्वस्थ भी रहे।
You see all these aspects of Jugaad innovation, the frugality, getting more with less, the flexibility of the solution where they might have a different model in the city and a different model in the countryside, and importantly the inclusivity, how you're involving people who are otherwise left out of the formal economy, who don't have good sanitation and maybe livelihoods as well.
जैसे मेरी लड़की कहती है कि मम्मा मैं तो बहुत अच्छे बनना चाहती हूँ, मैं तो डॉक्टर बनना चाहती हूँ और उनका डॉक्टर बनूंगी जो जुबान नहीं है उनके, जानवरों का।
पेरेंट्स की आशाएं भी बढ़ गई हैं। हमारी बेटी AA BEd है तो लड़का 2 क्लास आगे होना चाहिए। वो मैंने कहा ना, सब लोग बदल गए, अब हम भी बदल गए, दूसरा समाज भी बदल गया, तो लोगों की आशाएं भी बढ़ गई अब।
India is actually very special because on one hand you have over 1.2 billion people who have great needs but also great aspirations. On the other hand, you have immense scarcity of resources. So when you put it all together, this combination of great aspirations and great kind of limitations on resources, it actually creates an amazing kind of recipe for disruptive innovation.
But they won't even say no to the girls also. And degraded के मैं क्या बताऊँ का और फर्स्ट ईयर वाली का क्या नाम है? As soon as you go to a village, what is the typical way the village behaves with you? They think that you are God. They think that you have brought opportunity. They think that you are better than them. Why? Why do they think that just because somebody from outside is better than them? Because the way those people behave, that they know better than them and they are better than them because they have this literacy, they have this education, this access, that access and all that. The whole argument that people keep giving, खाने को पैसे नहीं है तुम इंटरनेट की बात करते हो, रहने को घर नहीं है तुम इंटरनेट की बात करते हो, पढ़ने के लिए स्कूल नहीं है तुम इंटरनेट की बात करते हो, टॉयलेट नहीं है और तुम मोबाइल की बात करते हो. मैं बोलता हूँ yes, I really don't need all that. I don't have all that because I don't have access.
So by bringing actually internet access to rural areas, I can exactly see how potentially there may be some, next generation entrepreneurs who can actually use this, access to the information to start creating some solutions out of the village. So I think it will have multiple kind of effects. One in terms of education, bringing, more educational and knowledge to young people in villages, and then the next level would be, say, once you have this knowledge, how to use it actually, that will create more value for local communities, and the process actually, it will make the rural economy more prosperous and keep the young people in the villages.
digital is now the medium. When we have digital as a medium, do we really want the whole world to be illiterate on digital medium and suffer again of being illiterate? What excites is that when you give a technology in the hands of the people, the way they use it is just awesome. It really empowers them in such a way that मतलब मेरे तो रोंगटे खड़े हो जाते हैं, कि कैसे क्योंकि वो लोग फर्स्ट टाइम यूजर है ना, उनके लिए उनको कुछ अनलर्न नहीं करना है.
मैंने इंटरनेट पे शॉपिंग भी की थी, नाइकी के शूज़ लिए थे. मुझे बताया गया था कि इससे शॉपिंग की जा सकती है, तो मैंने शॉपिंग ट्राई किया था, तो शॉपिंग हो गई थी.
1 Mbps वहाँ का ब्लॉक करवा दिया, 1 Mbps से ज़्यादा वो यूज़ ही नहीं करिए और वाईफाई से जोड़ें, सिम से नहीं.
Osama Manzar's story is another excellent example of how people in solving a social and economic problem have learned to do more with less. So he's taken this very interesting approach to piggybacking, piggybacking up on the infrastructure that's already there to then breach that last mile.
विनीत कौन है और दीपक कौन है? अच्छा सर है, और ये नवीन कुमार जुर्मा.
जयपुर में जब मैं पैर बनवाने आया था तो मेहता साहब मुझे मिले. उन्होंने मुझसे कहा कि क्या करोगे, तो मैंने कहा मुझे पता ही नहीं था क्या करना है क्या नहीं. हॉस्टल में इन्होंने मुझे रखा, कंप्यूटर वगैरह सारी पढ़ाई करवाई और फिर मैंने इनके नौकरी मांगी तो मुझे जयपुर फूड में नौकरी दे दी.
Jaipur food was invented because the Western designs did not satisfy Indian requirements. It's an amputee getting a Western design with a satch foot, now which does not bend at the ankle. Now Indian styles involves a lot of sitting on the ground, squatting. A Muslim, for example, or a Hindu going to a temple and kneeling before the god. Now without this he can't do it. So, and then they were very costly. So these two requirements were not getting satisfied because of the Western design.
If you're a social entrepreneur, you are driven by the empathy, to solve kind of, fundamental problems facing, let's say people in villages, in areas like, access to water or sanitation or energy, for example, or education. So yes, you have to tap into this kind of frugal ingenuity if you really want to achieve your social goals. More than anyone else, I can see social entrepreneurs really leveraging Jugaad to bring more economic but also social value to a larger number of people.
You have to boil your solution down to its essence. You have to also boil the problem down to the essence. What is that one big need that's unmet that you're trying to solve? And what is the one main way in which you're trying to solve it? So that actually helps you to reduce cost and make it affordable, to help you to do more with less. But it also has another very interesting aspect, which is the inclusivity. For people to be able to use it and maintain it. And so for it to be a long-term solution, it has to be simple, because maintenance is often also a problem in the last mile.
So in a social context, it's very important to realize that billions of people around the world do not have access to basic services, whether it's healthcare, energy, education, etc. So we see actually social entrepreneurs actually using this kind of Jugaad mindset to create scalable solutions that are very affordable.
Everyone thinks the Barefoot College is a huge organization. Actually, it's a very small organization with a huge idea. All development starts from the bottom, starts from the community. It cannot come from the top. A rural problem must have a rural solution.
देखो, मैंने जो भी काम किया वो मेरा मन लगा के किया और मेरी रुचि से किया, और जब यहाँ भी मुझे रखा तो यहाँ पर भी मेरी यही रुचि थी। मैंने कहा अपन को कुछ भी काम करना तो मन लगा के ही करना। मैंने काम में बिल्कुल लापरवाही नहीं की, दिमाग लगा के काम। जैसे डॉक्टर साहब बताते थे, एक बार हम 3 बार उनको पूछते थे। मुझे तो कुछ डर न लगा, न कोई झिझक आई, न कुछ है। मैंने तो एकदम ऐसे जैसे कि कोई पहले सीखा हो वैसे काम किया।
कौन कह सकता है कि भाई बिना MBBS डिग्री के आप उसको प्रोफेसर नहीं कहोगे? अगर ये उतना ही अच्छा काम करता है, B.Ed डिग्री भी कैसे हम कह सकते हैं कि टीचर नहीं बन सकता? अगर ये बच्चों को बहुत अच्छे ढंग से पढ़ा के उनको और आगे तक और पढ़ाई में इतना गहराई रुचि पैदा कर देता है, तो उनको टीचर क्यों नहीं कहेंगे?
In the Indian context, Jugaad innovation is often about the form of organization and the service element. And Barefoot College is a fascinating example of frugal, flexible, inclusive innovation that involves people in providing the solution to the problem they face.
We will make for everyone.
Jugaad entrepreneurs as modern-day alchemists, because they are able to do 2 things, which is essentially transform something of less value into something of high value.
Mahatma Gandhi said lives in the villages of India. That is still true today. We don't respect this vast knowledge and wisdom that we have in villages. Respect it, identify it, and apply it on a large scale. Because what you really need are self-sufficient villages. So we have managed to demonstrate that a simple idea can be replicated not only by one individual but by whole communities. And that is what makes the idea innovative and makes it workable and makes it impactful.
What India did was that they had used their existing infrastructure, which was used earlier for the moon mission. So that infrastructure was slightly modified to suit the Mars mission.
जब हम मार्स पे पहुँचे, मॉम मिशन जब पहुँचा तो मैंने सोचा कि चलो मैं छत पे जाके टेरेस पे जाके ऑब्जर्व कि हम एक्चुअली कहाँ पहुँचे। तो मैं टेरेस पे पहुँचा एंड तब पॉइंट किया मेरा DSLR और टेलीस्कोप को पॉइंट किया मार्स पे एंड आई क्लिक अ पिक्चर एंड आई पोस्टेड ऑन अ फेसबुक और लॉट्स ऑफ लाइक्स विद है कि हम एक्चुअली ये पॉइंट पे पहुँचे हैं जो पूरा इंडिया एंजॉय कर रहा है, एक्साइटेड है, हम ये पॉइंट पे पहुँचे हैं। जब आपकी ड्रीम्स कहीं पे रेजिस्ट होती हो, जब आपकी एस्पायरेशंस, आपके पैशन पे जब चीज़ बात आ जाती है ना, तब अगर आपके पास पैसे नहीं है तो आप जुगाड़ अपने आप आपके लिए मीनिंग हो जाता है, क्योंकि वो बन जाती है आपकी लाइफ। जुगाड़ वो आपके लिए ऐसा है चीज़ कि आपके पैशंस को कैसे फुलफ़िल करना है, कैसे उसे ग्रो करना है,